What if the universe isn't silent because no one is out there? What if it's silent because everyone is already gone? This idea might completely change how you think about aliens, and it's one of the most chilling possibilities in all of science. The universe is enormous, ancient, almost unimaginably old. We now know it's been around for about 13.8 billion years. That's a 13, followed by an 8, followed by 8 zeros. It's a number so large our brains can't really grasp it. And in that vast expanse of time and space, there are trillions of galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars. Many of those stars have planets. Some of those planets are probably like Earth. So, with all those potential chances for life to arise, you'd expect the cosmos to be buzzing with activity, a cosmic metropolis of signals and spacecraft. And yet, we hear nothing, absolute, deafening silence. This profound cosmic mystery is known as the Great Silence, a paradox that has haunted scientists and thinkers for decades. Why is everywhere so quiet? To truly understand this, we need to put time into perspective. Our planet Earth formed about 4.5 billion years ago. For most of its history, it was a world of microbes, then dinosaurs, then mammals. Modern humans, Homo sapiens, only appeared on the scene around 300,000 years ago. And civilization, with cities and writing? That's just the last few thousand years. To make this easier to picture, let's use a metaphor. If the entire history of the universe, all 13.8 billion years, were compressed into a single 24-hour day, all of recorded human history, from the ancient Egyptians to right now, would flash by in the last tiny fraction of the final second. Everyone else, any other potential civilization out there, had a massive, almost incomprehensible head start. They could have been born, lived, and died billions of years before our planet even cooled down. But here's a sobering thought. Just because a species becomes intelligent doesn't mean it is guaranteed to survive. In fact, intelligence might even carry the seeds of its own destruction. Our technology consistently accelerates faster than our wisdom. We invent powerful new tools before we understand their consequences. Just look at our own internet history for a lighthearted example, or think about more serious things like nuclear weapons or unchecked climate change. The key insight here is that civilizations may burn incredibly bright, like a cosmic firework, but they might also die very young. They might reach a technological peak, and then, through war, environmental collapse, or some self-inflicted catastrophe we can't even imagine, they simply vanish. Let's use another metaphor to explore this: the cosmic campfire. Imagine the universe is a vast dark forest at night. Each intelligent civilization is a campfire. For a while, it lights up a small patch of the woods. It glows, it crackles, it provides warmth and light, but eventually, every fire runs out of fuel. It flickers, it dims, and then it goes out, leaving behind nothing but cold ash. Now, imagine you are a traveler wandering through this forest. If you arrive too late, long after all the fires have burned out, all you would see is darkness. You'd find no light, no warmth, no sign that anyone was ever there. The silence wouldn't mean the forest was always empty. It would just mean you missed the party. This leads us directly to the famous question posed by the physicist Enrico Fermi back in 1950. During a casual lunch conversation about the possibility of alien life, he suddenly asked a simple yet profound question: where is everybody? This is the heart of the Fermi paradox. Given the age and size of the universe, the sheer number of stars and potentially habitable planets, it feels like we should have been visited, or at least have detected signals, a long time ago. With billions of galaxies, each with billions of stars, silence shouldn't exist. The statistical odds seem to demand that someone, somewhere should have made their presence known. The fact that they haven't is what makes this so baffling and, frankly, a little bit scary. So why don't we see any signals? One simple reason is that signals don't last forever. Radio signals, the very things we use in our own search for extraterrestrial intelligence, are incredibly fragile. They travel at the speed of light, but as they expand outwards in a sphere, they get weaker and weaker, eventually fading into the background noise of the cosmos. Furthermore, as civilization's technology changes, consider Earth. We've only been radio loud, blasting signals into space for barely a century. And even now, we're transitioning to more efficient technologies like fiber optics and focused transmissions, which leak far less into space. Our century of noisy broadcasting is a cosmic blink. What if an advanced civilization only uses radio for a couple hundred years before moving on to something we can't detect, like neutrino beams or gravitational waves? We'd have to be listening at exactly the right time, pointed at exactly the right star, to ever hear them. Another terrifying factor to consider is that extinction is a normal part of life in the universe. It's not the exception, it's the rule. Here on Earth, paleontologists have identified at least 5 mass extinction events, where the vast majority of all species on the planet were wiped out in a geological instant. An asteroid impact killed the dinosaurs. Massive volcanic eruptions changed the climate and suffocated the oceans. The chilling takeaway is this: intelligence doesn't protect you from physics. A civilization could be capable of composing symphonies and solving quantum equations, but that won't stop a gamma-ray burst from a nearby supernova from sterilizing their planet. Asteroids, as we know, don't care how smart you are. A species could thrive for 1,000,000 years and be erased overnight by a random cosmic event. This brings us to what might be the real core of the problem. The great filter for life might not be distance, but time. We often think about the vast spaces between stars, but the vast gulfs of time are even more staggering. Let's use one more metaphor: 2 ships passing in the night. Now imagine those 2 ships are not in the same ocean at the same time. Imagine one ship sails across the Pacific Ocean today. The other ship sails across the exact same stretch of water, but 2,000,000 years from now. They are in the same place, but separated by an immense temporal void. They will never meet. They will never know the other existed. This could be the situation for intelligent life in the galaxy. Civilizations might arise, flourish for 100,000 years, and then vanish, all while the planet that would one day host us was still a lifeless rock. We might be searching for ghosts, but couldn't they have left something behind? If a truly advanced, galaxy-spanning civilization existed, wouldn't we see some evidence? Scientists call these potential signs technosignatures. They look for things that nature couldn't easily produce. These could be megastructures like Dyson spheres built around stars to capture all their energy. They could be artificial pollutants in the atmospheres of distant planets or strange, unnatural energy signatures that don't match any known astrophysical phenomena. It's a tantalizing idea. But to be perfectly clear and scientifically accurate, so far we have found no confirmed evidence of any such artifacts. The search continues, but the universe remains stubbornly natural-looking. Of course, as scientists are quick to point out, the absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. We've only just begun to look, so let's put all the pieces together. The universe is ancient. Civilizations might be short-lived. Signals fade. Extinction is common, and the timescales are mind-boggling. This leads us to a truly unsettling idea, a potential solution to the great silence that is far darker than the thought that we're alone. We may not be early to the cosmic party. We may be late. Here is the shocking possibility. The universe might not be empty. It might be a graveyard. It might be filled with the ruins and echoes of civilizations that rose and fell long before humanity ever looked up at the stars. The silence we hear might be the silence of a cosmic museum after closing time, the silence of a battlefield after the war is over. The lights have gone out, one by one, across the galaxy. Maybe we're not searching for aliens, because they're already gone. Now, science doesn't say for certain that aliens existed and died out. What it says is that, based on our understanding of the universe, they could have. And if they did, the most powerful force that kept us from meeting them wasn't a lack of technology or a vast distance. It may have been time itself. Time may be the greatest filter of all, the final barrier that separates civilizations forever. And so we're left with this quiet, haunting thought. Maybe the universe isn't silent. Maybe it's just that we arrived after the conversation ended. What are your thoughts on this? Is the universe a graveyard, or are we just not listening correctly? Share your ideas in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring these deep cosmic questions, don't forget to subscribe to SciNex for more science that pushes the boundaries of our knowledge.